The following video is technically an In the Car with Clint, because I'm in the car and I'm Clint. But probably not your traditional format. When I first started recording In the Car with Clint, it was a little bit long format, and then I had some feedback from people that had just said, can you just make it shorter? I don't have the time to watch 20 minutes of your bullshit. But it's been a long time between videos, so hopefully, you know, some longer form is there for you. The short version of the video is just because you feel like it might not impact massive change on the whole world doesn't mean it's not worth doing. And if you feel like there's some positive change that you can affect in the world, go do it, because you never know what might happen. So you can either continue watching and see the long form of that, or carry on with your day. But regardless, I thank you for your attention, and appreciate you tuning into my videos, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So, we live in a pretty crazy world, or at least it looks like that from where I'm sitting. And recently, I had a conversation with a lady that does some neuro-linguistic programming work with me and my team. NLP and hypnosis is something that I've identified that benefits us, and so it's something that's available to my team, and I have regular catch-ups just to kind of talk through things that are going on in my head. And Tony and I were chatting about my desire to impact change on things, and potentially at a global scale, and then my stresses and fears around my lack of reach and ability to impact such big change. And then what happens is I go into this mental state of like, well, what's the point in trying? Like, you know, situation X is so fucked that no matter what I try to do, people that control situation X will never ever relinquish control, and it will always be fucked. And you know, for a person with my mindset, that can easily take you into a place where you just choose to do nothing, because if you can't fix the biggest problems in the world, why worry about fixing anything at all? And it got like, I mean, this is why I have these meetings with Tony, because it kind of brings things that are like affecting me to the surface and gives me an opportunity to talk them through with someone. And it just got me thinking a lot about, you know, people in general can focus on what they can't do, and spend a lot of time going, well, that can't change, that won't change, I can't impact any change on that, so I'll just do nothing. Whereas, and then also the issue that I was having is that if I only affect positive change in a small way, has it really been worth it? And, you know, Tony raised a really good point that, you know, if you make a change in a situation, you know, that you're involved in, how many people could that benefit? And, you know, the answer could be 300 or 500 or 1,000. And then she raised the question, well, you know, is that worth doing? And I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to put words in her mouth, but this is the way that I remember the conversation going. And it got me thinking about the fact that, yeah, you can affect change on things in small parts of the world. And I think if individuals that feel like they need to make a change or help affect change in a positive manner around their local environment, if a lot of people do that, then as a whole, then the world becomes a better place. And that sounds a little bit fluffy and like very high level, but you know, this is the kind of weird things, not weird things, but these are the kind of things that I think about now. Like, you know, like how much, if everyone moves in similar directions towards a positive change, you know, how does the needle move? But what I wanted to, the reason behind me making this video was just to highlight that it's probably healthier behavior for everyone, including myself, to concentrate on spending time on the things that you can affect change on, rather than spending time focusing on the things that you can't. You know, I guess if you use pollution or you know, or waste as an example. You might not be able to have any influence over, you know, full, like, entire countries reducing the amount of waste that they're putting into the oceans or into the sky, but locally you might be able to impact how a local council handles the management of their waste, or even as micro as how your household manages waste. And I think if you can start there, which is the kind of, like, you know, I've recently taken a position as the president of a board of an industry that's I guess very micro on a global scale. But if I can affect change there, then you might find that creates it either inspires other people to do the same thing, or it gives me a platform to then affect change in a positive manner on a bigger scale, because I'm getting a bigger voice. And I think a lot of times people can get caught up in hoping to, you know, release a #1 record the first time they record a song, which is, you know, kind of where my head goes, rather than spending 20 years sharpening that craft so that at, you know, some point when you release a song, it becomes #1. And so I just wanted to share that, because I think it's very powerful for people that get caught up in the mentality of, like, I'm not going to even try because it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't make a difference. Like, this situation X is so fucked that we might as well just give up, you know, crawl into a hole and die. And it's not the case. So I encourage you, if there's something out there that you believe in, no matter how small and no matter how little impact you believe that it might have, start working towards making that positive change, because I am, and I think I always have, and you can't do it for, I think it's like, I talked about this in a video once, giving a gift and then expecting someone to appreciate the gift as much as you thought they would. I think if you're going to go out and try and, you know, improve a situation, you know, or work towards bettering an environment, you need to do it because you feel like it's the right thing to do, and you can't get too tied up on the positive media or the positive words that you might get from people about your behavior, because if you wait for that, then it might never come. So yeah, hopefully this has not been too unclear. One of my team asked me why I haven't been vlogging much at all, really. I've just been doing the In the Car with Clint, and I don't really know the answer. I think, yeah, when you're recording a lot of content and you're putting it out there and you don't really get any feedback, you can sometimes fall into the trap of just stopping because you feel like it doesn't matter. So anyway, just like I said in another video, just one man's view while he's driving to work, shooting the breeze. So thanks for tuning in to the two of you that watch my videos, and I'll try to be a bit more regular. I'll talk to you soon.